Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. It's great to be with you. I thought today would be a great opportunity to do some Christmas coloring. I really love Christmas, so I decided to pull out Symphony of Cute Animals and do a double page spread. It took me a while to figure out more or less what I'm going to do. So I really like the ideas of golds and reds and greens, particularly red and green. And then you've got the goldish browns of the gingerbread. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on making these bears maybe polar bears. It feels very Arctic kind of feel. So I'm not going to worry too much about the background today. I think I'm going to work more on the beautiful background. Not the background. I'm sorry, it's been a long day. I think I'll work on the drawing. For the background, what I am thinking of doing is sort of like a bit of a sunrise sort of effect going on, so very pale pink into a light blue. I have got oil pastels out, but I'm not confident with them. They're very old and I don't know how they're going to work with this paper, so I'm feeling a bit uncertain about that. Hi Shani, how are you? Hi Noelle, how are you? Thank you. Yes, we did have a lovely anniversary. We went out for lunch together and left the boys at home, which was really nice. And we popped down into town and visited a restaurant which we'd not tried before, and they were just really good value, good food, so we really were very pleased with that. Okay, so I definitely want to do snow till about here. So I think that needs to be my mark. Yeah. Okay, so I think I might try it. I think I'm going to go in with the oil pastels. I'm not very experienced with it, so if I make a big mess, please excuse me. I've done oil pastels only once in a coloring book, and it was in Rommenwanger, but the paper, either it was the paper or it was my oil pastels, and they were just horrendous. So I have got a tissue paper and I've got some stuff, so let's try that, because I feel like if I do the background it might help. So as you can see, all my oil pastels have no paper on them, thanks to my child when he was very little. Stripped them. So I've had these since about 2013, I think. They are very old. Okay, we're going to draw an imaginary line. I think that this is just weird. Alright, if I do this all wrong, please forgive me. But I want to put in some white just to kind of blend, you know, the colors into each other. Where am I going? House. And I do draw wonky lines, by the way, so if you think my lines are wonky, I'm not always good at making them straight. Okay, it does help. Okay, I'm going to zoom out so you can see me a bit better. Alright, so I hope everyone is good. I hope you've all had a very good weekend. We had a super busy weekend. I now have a 14-year-old, and he had friends over and they pulled an all-night gaming session. So that was loads of fun. Very, very interesting. Very noisy. But, you know, they did it. They all survived, and then they crashed at their respective homes. Hi Dawn, how are you? Okay, then I've got this like pinky, pale pinky color. So if I show you, I'm going to show you, you are going to be horrified. Those are my oil pastels. Yes, I have no excuse. These are the only ones left with protectives. Okay, so these are Daler Rowney oil pastels. I don't know. So I'm going to just try blend pale pink into blue. The yellow I've got is like a lemon yellow. So I'm not really even sure if that's gonna work. Actually, this is working much nicer than in the Drummondvanger book. Could work with this very easily, actually. It's smooth. I know, Christmas is coming too fast, my goodness. I started Elf on the Shelf again for the kids. So that's going to be fun, but I tried to plan it out this year. So at least I can kind of go and check out my plan and not be stuck searching Pinterest for ideas. Are you all looking forward to Christmas? Not looking forward to Christmas? I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. I can try and alternate between Christmas coloring and winter coloring. Oh, we haven't done shopping. Yeah, it gets hard sometimes to know what to shop for. Hopefully you can come right soon, or before Christmas at least. Okay, so we got white. I am always needing to try to bring in bits of yellow. I feel like I could do a little bit of yellow somewhere. I've got paper that I've been trying to clean my oil pastels because they do get so dirty. Okay, let's see. Just a little bit over here and there, just to brighten it up a little bit. All right, I'll blend it out. because I don't really want it like overly yellow, just a touch of brightness. And by the way, I don't know what I'm doing, so don't get too excited. I'm not feeling overly wow. Just trying, you know, new things, stepping out of comfort zones. The nice thing with oil pastels, I can take an eraser and I can erase it if I need to. Okay, cool. So that's not too bad. You've only got a couple of things to get. That's helpful. Oh, lovely. You go with your mom shopping. That's so awesome. I tend to do a lot of my shopping online. I miss shopping malls, actually. I'm really honest. I do miss shopping malls. There's something really nice about going to one place and having the shops there for all the different things that you need. And yeah. Yeah, I buy a lot of stuff off Amazon. It's still, I suppose, the way I like to shop. It just works out relatively okay. It's either Amazon or eBay. Oh, is it cold there by you? Oh dear. How cold are you? Have you got snow yet? It's quite warm here by us. Surprisingly, I thought it would be a bit colder than it has been. But I know by the time Christmas comes around, it's going to be a lot cooler. Oh wow, that is cold. Okay, I'm going to move this over here. Oh, I can't tell you how nervous this is making me feel. Oh, crazy, crazy, crazy using oil pastels. So sometimes it's just, I don't know, it's nice to not have to always paint and yet still do something quick. I looked on Instagram for some ideas on how to color this page, and I found some really pretty ideas, but then I'm stuck because I'm like, well, I don't want to copy another person's page necessarily. I mean, I'm not saying we can't copy people's pages. I just don't know if that particular person would be okay with it. Surprisingly, not everyone is okay with their work being copied. And then I'm thinking, okay, well, how do I take the inspiration and still make it my own? Okay, so I'm going to attempt to use a tissue paper, and hopefully this will blend well. I don't know. Please blend well. Not sure if that's working. Okay, let's try this. See, when it comes to the blending thing, I'm not, oh, I get so, okay, I'll use my finger. Okay, that works a bit better. Yeah, making green. Oh dear. Alright, never mind. We can pretend there's like northern lights. So it's Christmas and there's like ions in the ionosphere or something like that, and it's causing a daytime daytime effect. Oh. Okay. Never mind. I'll just make all my fingers dirty. So one of the reasons why I don't gravitate very well to pastels, whether it's chalk or oil, is because I get dirty and I don't really like it. There's a part of me that doesn't like mess in art, the messy side of art. I remember once hearing someone say, you know, I think it was like in church or something. This was years ago, we were going to do an event, and a creative event, and they were going to, there were a couple of artists in our church at that time, and I think they had one afternoon where they provided paint, like I think liquid paint, and then the whole idea was to paint with your feet, your hands, your arms, all of that, and it was just kind of like help people loosen up a bit. The whole idea, I thought, really, like, no, I don't want to get messy. I don't want to do that. I don't want to paint with and get my clothes or my feet or anything. I just, no. And I can't really remember what I ended up doing. All I remember is it was quite a fun day that we had. That much I do remember. Oh, lovely, Dawn. You're on Instagram now. That's cool. I'll try find you and follow you. Yes, very messy. Okay, I'm not too sure about this, but it's could be worse, I suppose. Maybe I can go on it again with pencils, maybe. Maybe I can lighten it up here. I'm not sure. I don't know, because I don't know what I'm doing other than making a mess. Right. So if you want tips on how to do oil paints correctly, go check out Colored by Maya. I think she does it so much better. Don't follow me. Go follow Maya. I think she's got far more experience with oil pastels. But it is nice to see more and more people trying to use oil pastels in their colouring books and just playing with the different mediums. I think it's fun because we're, you know, exploring art in our colouring books and different ways of expressing ourselves. So I just think that that's really cool. But yeah, don't follow me for oil pastels. Go follow Maya. or Shannon. I think Shani does oil pastels on her YouTube channel too. So you go follow them and then hang out with me if you want to chat. Or if you want to find out what not to do. No, I've never put water on oil pastels. Would that help? I think if I was to put anything on oil pastels, it would be like mineral spirits, maybe. No, I wouldn't think water would work on oil pastels. It's not a water-based medium. It's more like, as far as I recall, oil pastels is the crayon version of oil paint. So oil painting, you need like terps or something like that to help thin out the paints. Whereas acrylic and watercolor or gouache, you would use more water-based mediums. I like it that we have on our colouring community channels of what not to do and what to do. So you can go and see someone getting it done right, and you can learn from there, learn what to do, and then you can go see what not to do on my channel or on other people's channels where they don't feel they're an expert. I just think whoever tries oil pastels and pulls it off in a colouring book is amazing. So this is blending much better than the Drommenbanger book, or is it some? Oh, I forget the other name for it. But that one, oh my gosh, it did not blend at all. It was awful. I should actually finish the double page spread and then I can show you. All right. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I should have just made it pale into yellow or pink or something like that. I'm not sure about this blue. Never mind, what's done is done, and it will be what it will be. I'll have to just work with it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. That is about the best that I can do with oil pastels. But it blended a little bit better than I've had previously, so that's a success. I'm going to now hide my oil pastels far from sight and pretend that they don't exist. Okay. And I'll get out an eraser. So I'm going to use Black Widow pencils because I do like them on this paper. And I find it's not too bad. And I'm going to use one of my kids' erasers, and I'm just going to erase the pastels on here where I can. So I will just use an eraser and tidy up a bit. Okay, I'm going to zoom you in onto this side of the page, and I'm going to do a few of the elements and get started. Right, gingerbread. And then I'm going to use dark green. So I think if I put dark green, red, and the browns, it's going to make me feel a little bit better. Alright, so we've got Fang green, and then I need a lilac-y one. We'll get out a turquoise and maybe that's okay. So I thought I would make it green, white, and red, or something like that on the tree trunk, on the trees. Oh gosh, that sounds hot. 99, wow. All right, I'm just right now just trying to work out. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Trying to work out the better. Ah, that one will work better. Okay, so we have this one. quite like this one, kind of there, just brightens it up, and it will bring in that yellow in the sky, so I think that will work quite well. All right, and then I need the purpley bluey kind of color. Hi Carly, how are you? Yes, we are colouring sweet treats. I tried to be funny and called it a berry Christmas, you know, Merry Christmas, berry Christmas. Yeah, well, yeah. What can I say? So the nice thing I found with the right greens, I think it's more the cooler greens than the warm greens. When you add the dark purple, it really helps give it a nice shadow. What I really like with the Black Widows in these books, I don't have to do loads of layers, so it helps me color faster. But now I need red and like a grayish sort of thing here. So I thought if I do like a gray into a white, it would work quite well. I might bring out like a Prismacolor sort of pencil to just help me with kind of the shading. Something like that. And then I wanted a red. Oh, thank you. I was trying. I like the idea of the red on the out, you know, kind of framing the tree. So I haven't worked out if this is a sweet or if it's like ribbons or what it is. Okay, so that needs to be red. I'm getting a bit lost here, but it's okay. I will find myself again and it will be okay. Well, bye, Dawn. Have a great time with your mom and have a great week. I will be thinking of you both. Oh, ribbon candy. Okay. I don't know if I've tasted ribbon candy. I've tasted like red licorice, but I'm not sure about ribbon candy. I think this particular color is too, it's just a bit too dark. That looks a bit better. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna carry on with the tree along that line. I'm not sure yet how to color inside here, so when in doubt, I leave alone. I'm just thinking really hard right now. Like red, green, white. Like which ones go where? I've made paper trees before, and I've seen Christmas trees done with recycled paper, and that's quite fun. It's just a lot of thinking because it folds in on itself. Okay, green, white, green, red. It's hilarious. It's like red, green, red. It's a pattern. You know, it's like math. I am now doing math because I have to find the pattern. So funny. I'm going to just do one tree and then I will do the rest of the trees off camera. What would you like to see me color after half a tree or something like that, so it doesn't get boring watching me struggle to color a tree? I could do the candy canes or the ice cream cones. I have got the Helen Elliston special effects for colorists out, so I can do like the glazing. Candy canes aren't difficult to color. They can actually be a lot of fun. No, wrong one. Keep the pattern. I'm always missing one. Okay, so we go down here. So my one child has asked me to make sure that I have one of the elves trying to shoot at the other elf, because apparently this is funny. I mean, when you're in a house of boys, you know, guns and and sticks and all sorts is the norm. But I've got a few other ones, you know, like with fruit and all of that, where you can stick eyes on, or you can draw faces on eggs and all sorts of things, and then it makes the vegetables kind of come alive. So I've seen some really fun ideas. Although as the kids get older, I find I have to think a lot more about how to make elf fun for them, because I think a lot of the ideas on Pinterest are, you know, for littler kids. Right, I really like how this is coming out. It's a nice color. So are you ready to see out the end of a new year, or is the thought of a year ending sort of like, oh my gosh, what now? This is the first time in a long while where I'm actually sort of going, I just want this year to end. Not because it's been a hard year or a horrible year, just because I just want to kind of take a breather. Yeah, black widows definitely don't blend the same way Prismacolors do. But you know, at least it saves my Prismacolors and I don't have to worry about using up my Prismas. I can save them for other things that work a lot better. It did go fast, I agree. The year did go very fast. And I must say, since September, it's kind of been crazy. You blink and it's already December. Wrong one. Oh no. I lost my pattern. Oh my goodness. Gee whiz. Thank goodness for erasers. Just erase it out. I threw off my pattern on this one. Gee whiz. Oh my goodness. Alright, never mind. I will just make that one white. Just make it white. Threw out my pattern completely. Oh well, hi ho. Never mind. Keep going. I suppose it's just one of those things where life just is busy and it goes fast. It's actually quite nice to make a picture with Christmassy things, but also sweets and snow and animals. It's really cool because it's Christmassy but not Christmassy, kind of all at the same time. Oh, by the way, for those of you who do celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope that you had a lovely time with family and that your Thanksgiving went really well. It's such a lovely thing just to celebrate with family and just be thankful together. I think it's just such a beautiful tradition. I was going to do it a grey. Almost prefer making a shadow more at the bottom. Okay. Right, so that's the top of the tree. I will leave that and we can do some sweets. So let's have a look at the cone. We can do the cone. So I need browns, probably like reddish browns. Just having a quick squiz. Oh, actually, I like that one. Okay, hang on. Maybe not these ones. I changed my mind. Oh, I changed my mind. All right, I need some nice browns. So I'm looking at dragon set, and I'm thinking I need a castle. Castle and a saddle, but I'm also going to try find a monarch mahogany. I want a dark chocolate. I like that mahogany. Gotta find it. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to come and do here this cone here, and let's see. Okay, so I need to go kind of inside here. I'm gonna just need sharp pencils. So because I don't really layer my Black Widows, I kind of just try go from the darkest to the lightest. So my favorite ice cream cones are sugar cones. The last time I had one, I took my older boys to Legoland, a bit of a school trip, and we were at the end of our day. I just really wanted to treat them and just hang out with them. So we found an ice cream stand, and they had soft serve ice cream. Now usually I don't have sugar cones. Since my 30s I haven't been really able to eat wheat, so I've had to go gluten-free, but I really craved a sugar cone, so I thought, you know what, it's fine, I'll just suffer the consequences. But it didn't affect me too badly. It was just so nice to have a proper sugar cone. And the soft serve was really nice. I mean, it kind of reminded me of the times when I was a kid and I would have ice cream. And then we walked around Legoland a bit, just chatting and hanging out together, which was really cool. Okay, so now I'm going to use my mahogany. I don't think I've coloured much ice cream cones actually, so this is really great practice. Okay, and then I'll come down to my castle. Oh dear. that won't work. Another one of the things I absolutely love to do every year with the boys is make gingerbread houses. I just think that is so much fun. And we've kind of done it for 7 years now. Maybe not quite. 6 or 7 years. And we build them up together. I generally end up with 3 gingerbread houses, so each child can do one. And then that lasts us like up until Christmas. And we kind of try and see if it will last the ride home, or if we have to do a quick fix with caramel. Okay, and then I'm going to finish off with the saddle. So I'm kind of holding the opinion at the moment that in my more like Amazon type paper books or my cheaper books, my artist grade pencils work better than my budget pencils, which is I find very fascinating, because I would have thought that it would be the other way around, but it doesn't work that way. Ah, thank you. Ah, there it is. I want to do a bit darker up there. Actually, that's going to be quite dark. Okay, so that's my cone, which I don't think is too bad. I might sneak in a little bit of the saddle. and just leave it like that. So here is going to be gingerbread, which is probably going to be a similar color to the cone. This will be a sweet. I think this is almost more like marshmallow. So we could do like pink marshmallow here. White frames, white frosting. I'm just trying to plan my colors. I think I'm going to come here to the candy cane. If I do that, I can then work around, and I'll do some of the snow and sort of try and create like a bit of a plan going on. Okay. Let's see. I think I tend to do white, red, white, red. I always like my pencils sharp when I'm doing fine things. Okay, so I've got to go like a white line down like that. And that's how it helps me shape my sweet, is trying to imagine the center kind of going with a white line. Red, white. Hi Renee, how are you? Okay, so it's going round. Thankfully we have erasers, and if we need to we can use them. I remember seeing a video, and I think it was by a lady who is an artist, and it was one of those time-lapsed videos, but she was doing a portrait, and it was so incredible to see someone who is so skilled and in what they do, and they actually weren't afraid to use an eraser and erase, and she erased so many times, my goodness. But it was really encouraging, because it's like, you know, you can fix your page and the pencil can rub out, so not all is lost. Okay, I need a bit of that purple, not an awful lot, just a wee bit, and that just deepens this whole shadow. And by doing that, you're kind of shaping it a bit more, so you're creating that 3D effect. I love coloring candy canes. I just think it's so much fun to actually turn them from a two-dimensional object into a three-dimensional, popping out at you. Okay, I'm going to now bring in, I think it was this pinky color. Oh, thank you, Carly. They are fun to color, I promise. Even if you just use alcohol markers, they are still fun. The best part is when you take a white Posca pen or gel pen and then you go around in the middle and you create that beautiful line, and it just ties it all together and it just looks absolutely sublime. Alright, so that's how I do candy canes. I'll blend it all nicely, so I might take a white Prismacolor pencil just to create all the smooth blends, and then I go through the middle where I've created that white highlight, and then I use a Posca pen and I go through that. Okay, so I think that should be gold, so these should be gold. Let's do some snow. Let it snow, let it snow. Okay, so I'm going to use some purpley grays and like a periwinkle type blue almost, and I'm going to use that to build the shadows of the snow, but then I will probably use a white Posca pen and maybe some paints and some Prismacolors to help me create the white, the snow-like look. It's tricky when you have so many things on the ground because they all create a bit of a shadow. I plan to try and fill up as much of this as I possibly can. I should be playing Christmas music. So I like the dusty grey underneath because I think it just creates a more natural kind of snow, hopefully. Oh, hang on. I have a white Arteza here. Let's see if we can blend this. That's okay. It's not brilliant. I might still go over it with some white paint. Just like blotch it on. It doesn't blend out as nicely as Prisma's. Oh well, never mind. Okay. So it's got, I think, crackers for a footpath. Okay, I don't know about here, so we'll just do this. And oh, the weather outside is frightful, and the fire is so delightful. There's simply no place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I feel like I should have candles or Christmas lights on and then Michael Bublé playing in the background or something. But I'd probably get infringement, copyright or something for playing music like that. Ah, tea biscuits. Fair enough. These look like meringues. Very odd. I mean, some of them I recognize, like that's definitely marshmallow. So I'm probably going to create a pinky marshmallow effect on there. You got biscuits here. I think I'll make the roof quite dark, like chocolate tiles or something like that. So that is the snow, except, hang on, over here. So what else am I looking at? All right, we got tree. I'm going to assume this is snow here. Baby, all I want for Christmas is you. Yeah, I'm not going to sing Mariah Carey. That would just be a disaster. Oh my gosh, the notes that woman can reach. Yeah. Although that one song is played every year to death. The problem is when I tell myself I don't want to sing a song, that the song I don't want to sing is the song that I end up wanting to sing because it gets stuck in my head. The snow, okay, so I'm using Black Widow Spider Web, so that's in the spider set. I'm using the Dragon Picasso Sky and the Monarch Grey Slate, and that is helping me with the shadows for the snow. I had to check that this wasn't like a teddy bear tail or something. Like, no, it's snow. It's not his tail. He's a polar bear. I'm making him a polar bear, and he will not have any a tail, you know, visible tail. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. It's a pleasure. I will do my best to remember which combinations I use for what and include that in the description below after the live stream. So if you do like a particular color combo, you can check it out there. Right, I'm going to end up moving completely out of camera's line in a minute. So let's try not do that. It's always tricky to know how much to cover and how much to leave white. But I like the snow, it's quite gentle, which is what I want, because then everything will kind of pop out. So yeah, it's not too bad. I think I'm going to finish the snow. I think that will help a lot. So I'm going to swap over to the other side now. And work on that. So let me scooch it over a bit. There we go. I like listening to pentatonics at Christmas. I like their music. Pentatonics, Michael Bublé. Sometimes I listen to Michael W. Smith. It depends. I try to find like different Christmas playlists to listen to. And I like to mix up the different types of Christmas music. I think the one year we learned how to sing, I think it's O Come All Ye Faithful. We learned how to sing that, the first verse, and I think the chorus in Latin, which was really fun. And then the general, you know, wish you a Merry Christmas in Spanish. Oh, cool, you learned Ave Maria in Latin. That's cool. Yeah, I'd probably have to look it up. There's the other one. I think it's In Excelsis Deo. I think that's another Latin song. I just can't remember if it's the same song or it might be the same song or a different song. I get muddled up sometimes. We initially tried learning Spanish, and we got on okay with Spanish when they were younger, but I found it really tricky to self-teach. And then we ended up on Latin, and the particular Latin stuff we found has been a lot easier to kind of self-learn. So we've kind of just stuck with that for now. But it's also just like as they get older, to mark off high school, credits on their high school diploma and that sort of thing. But yeah. So for those of you who got Hannah Carlson's God Jewel Christmas book, are you busy colouring in it? Have you got plans for colouring Christmassy stuff? I find I don't colour enough Christmas pages to go really nuts for Christmas books. I'm like already not keeping up with the few that I've got. So I thought, I can wait for the English version of God Jewel, but I'll definitely get it when it comes out. But I almost prefer, I think, these sort of pages for Christmas and Teresa Goodridge's Christmas books. That and Mariola Budek's Gnomes. I really like those. So I've got quite a bit still to work with. Sometimes having more books just makes the choosing what to color process a little bit longer and harder. Oh, okay, Come All Ye Faithful, yeah. It is a very beautiful song. You haven't started coloring in it. That's cool. Well, if you've got it, you've got a long time to color in it. There's no rush. Oh, fair enough. Busy weekends happen. It can be a very busy time of the year. Right, I think that is all my snow. I will smoothen it out with probably a white Prismacolor pencil, and hopefully that will blend it out. Alright, so we can move on to maybe some polar bears. Just tidy up a bit inside here. I've got like oil painting, oil pastel smudges. Alright, we could possibly do some of these lollies. Maybe make some green ones. Alright, I am seeing squirrel now. Like, so we got one candy cane here, got some sort of candy cane thingy there. So red, 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 maybe green tree, green tree, green tree. And then lost, 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 lost. I'm getting lost. Color what you know. When in doubt, color what you know. Right, so I'm going to use the saddle and chocolate brown and the mahogany, I think. For the gingerbread, and let's see how this works. Okay. We start with what we know and progress from there. I might make that like a white stick. Maybe a red stick. I don't know. So at what point do you start thinking about coloring goals for the new year and all of that? Is it something you plan? Is it something you adapt as you go through a year? Right, so we need to make this come in. Okay, so then I have like chocolatey things down here, but I might pipe around that green actually. So I could use a green gel pen. Thanks, Carly. See you soon. Take care. Have a good week. Right. So I haven't yet worked out whether it's worthwhile getting the Artex set of pencils and or just sticking to my Prismacolors. I'm in two minds. Fortunately, there's no hurry, but I have been wondering if it would be a good idea no plan, you just roll with it. Fair enough. I think I like to have a bit of a plan, and then my plan ends up being a roll with it. Hi Carol, how are you? Oh, thank you. Yes, I do like these pages too. They are really, really lovely to color. Right, so I think I'm going to finish the gingerbread, but I won't finish the house today. I will try and do the candy canes, the trees, and some of the more repetitive things, so that next week there is I can just color in a few examples of the other stuff. I'm still not sure I picked the right background, but hi ho, you know, live and learn, gotta try. I'm just creating a bit more, making my dogs dark and my lights light. I honestly could do this for another hour. It's so relaxing when you actually find a page and you're just enjoying the process of coloring. Hi Brittany, how are you? I hope you've had a good weekend. Bye Noelle, thanks for hanging out. Have a great week. I will see you next week. I think I am going to stop here because it's almost 10:30 and I think we've done quite a bit. So I'm going to pause it here, zoom out so you can have a good view of what's going on. And then I will carry on with the more duplicated stuff off camera. Alright, so that's what I've done so far. Oil pastels for the background, Black Widow, pencils for the pencil work. I will try and remember all the combinations and put them in the description below. And thank you so much for hanging out with me and for chatting. It's been lovely to chat with you and catch up. I look forward to seeing you next week at the same time, and I'll carry on with the same page. So until then, everyone, I'll see you soon. Take care and bye for now.